You know, I will say, guys, though, despite my, like, my opinions or whatever, last time about, they should have at least been paying attention to her. They are still the best parents that we have in this fucking series, aside from Amine's parents. So, what's that tell you? That's partly out of simple curiosity. I decided that I wanted to see Yuku again. The very next day, I made my way back to the playground. Hello? Oh, still there. Still being sad with my life. Don't have a no goddamn title. I'm outshined by my goddamn sister. It's not Kazami Kazuki, occupation student, Mark 1. How do I even compete? How do I even do anything? And sure enough, he was sitting on the exact same swing, with the exact same downcast look on his face. Yeah, you get right up there.
Konnichiwa, Yu-kun.
Hi. Hi. God.
今日は最初から返事をしてくれたね。
Yeah, but this time instead of like ... hi, he did hi ... So, well, yeah. And you said hello to me again, Sachi.
だって昨日一緒に遊んだんだから私たちはもうお友達でしょ
I guess. Friends? What is friend?
それともまだ早すぎたかな
No, I assume he just doesn't know. No. Thanks for calling me your friend. Yuji. Did I say something weird?
そうじゃないけどゆうくんはよくありがとうって言うなと思って
It's all part of my deep dark past. And I'm gonna get a lot of comments being like, oh my god, it's past. Even though he's a kid at this point. Then again, I'm sure he has, a lot of shit going on at this point in his life. Yuji's had a lot of shit going on through his entire life. Oh god, what is stuck in my throat? That's something else my sister told me. People who can offer thanks to others have a happier road through life than people who can't, so...
ゆうくんはお姉さんのことが好きなんだね
Oh no! Don't do this to me, game! Huh?
だって昨日もお姉さんの名前が出てきたから
It's true. Brings her up a lot. I guess I did, now that you mention it. He even brings her up, like, at least a few times during the common route and all that stuff.
じゃあやっぱり
Yeah. Don't worry, Yuji. I'll find a way to get Kazuki back to you. It might take 5,000 years. But I'll prove my theory right. I'll get her back to you, buddy. Oh. I'm so done. Sometimes I don't really understand what my big sister's thinking, and sometimes she's even kind of scary. But she's normally really nice to me, and I think I love her more than anyone else in my family. Stop crushing my soul.
そっかでも今度は私もゆうくんのお姉さんに賛成する
Really?
私のお母さんも言ってたんだ誰かによくしてもらった時はちゃんとお礼を言いなさいって
What was it that Yuji and Kazuki didn't like? Don't, say sorry a lot. Like, just if you say sorry a lot, that annoys them. So, instead, just say thanks. So, I guess you love your mom, Sachan? Hey, I got the thing out of my throat. Sweet. Since you brought up her advice,
そうだね私はお母さんとお父さんのことが大好き
At least I did. Before the war. What? No kidding? Oh, okay. As the conversation moved along, we slowly learned more about each other. That was surprisingly fun in its own way.
ねえゆうくんせっかくまた会えたんだし今日も一緒に遊ぼうよ
I don't know. I don't mind, but is it really any fun playing with someone like me?
もちろんだよゆうくんも運動は が得意みたいだし、どの勝負も接戦だったから、昨日はすごく面白かったよ。
Well, at least I can keep up with the likes of you. Thanks. It's nice of you to say that.
ゆうくんまたありがとうって言った。
There goes the thanking again. Here I go thanking again. Oh, suppose you're right. Fucking Yuji, dude. But that was fine by me. For some reason, every time Yukun said thanks in that slightly bashful voice, I felt genuinely happy. Ooh!
そういえば、ゆうくんは何歳？
Oh god. I'm 10. And in about like 8 years, I'll grow up to be a badass who's broken on the inside. I'm already broken.
じゃあ、私の方が年下だったんだ。
Huh? Seriously? I was so sure it was the other way around.
じゃあ、ゆうくんは私の方が年上だと思ってたんだ。
I mean, you're kind of mature, right? Like I mean, you're stronger than me, and I'm a boy, so.
あ、ゆうくんってばひどい。私が怪力女みたいな言い方して。
Dude, Sachi, even as a child, you're beefy. You're like, you just, you know, sorry. Oh.
そんなに怒ってるわけじゃないから、謝らなくても大丈夫だよ。
No, don't say sorry. Oh, really? That's good. Again. I'd only been trying to tease the slightly timid Yukun a bit, but when he smiled with sincere relief to learn that I wasn't upset with him, I was surprised to feel my heart flutter but briefly in my chest.
そういえば、ゆうくんはどうしてこの公園に来るようになったの？
Oh, hold on, this oh boy.
もしかして聞いたらダメなことだったかな？
No, it's okay. I just came here because I didn't want to be at home.
やっぱり家で何か嫌なことがあったの？
You could probably say that. Not really anything bad, but I didn't want to be in the way. Aww.
邪魔？
Aww. Yeah. You might not believe it, but my sister's what they call a genius. If she just studies a little, she can win first prize at anything. That's how smart she is. And she's so smart, she's not gonna let cannibals fucking get rid of her!
すごいんだね、ゆうくんのお姉さんって。
Yeah, I hear that a lot. But lately, she hasn't been winning that many awards. At home, she's just been paying more attention to me than her paintings and stuff. Cause, you know, broke on. Dad got really angry when he noticed that. He told me, "You're useless trash, but Kazuki's actually worth something. Don't drag her down with you." Wow. God, see? See what I'm telling you? Every other goddamn parent in this game is a piece of shit. So I try to stay out of the house as much as I can. I got to keep out of my sister's way. That's fucked up. Sorry, not really an interesting story, is it? No, it's just fucked up. Ugh.
バカじゃない。
Oh?
絞りかすなんかじゃない。
Oh my god. Huh?
ひどいよ、そんなこと言うお父さん。
Yeah, your dad's a piece of shit!
ゆうくんは出来損ないなんかじゃない。ゆうくんは運動が得意だし、ゆうくんと一緒に遊ぶのはすごく楽しい。それなのに、お姉さんの絞りかすだなんてひどすぎるよ。
Aw, Sachi. Calm down. Sachan.
ゆうくんはゆうくんでいいんだよ。だから自分はいらない子だなんて思っちゃダメだからね。
Aw, Sachi will always be there for you, Yuji. Always. I hadn't intended to cry, but I was really angry at Yukun's stupid ass dad who should probably get killed in some sort of weird way or some crazy happen. And the way he didn't belong in his own home reminded me so much of my own problems. They sort of got jumbled together in my mind. I couldn't help shouting that it wasn't true, that he and that I wasn't wanted, unwanted. Sorry, don't cry, Sachan.
私の方こそごめんね。急に泣いちゃったりして。
It's okay. Thanks for getting mad at me.
違うの。私が怒ったのは。
Because something bad happened at home, right? Oh! But that doesn't matter. You still got angry because of what my dad said.
だってゆうくんが出来損ないなんかじゃないと思ったのは本当だし。
Yeah. So in return, I'll play anything you want today, for as long as you want.
いいの？
Uh-huh.
じゃあ公園鉄人レースでもいい？
An Iron Man race? Playground Iron Man?
これを初めてやろうとした時はお父さんが腰を痛めて途中でリタイアになっちゃったんだけど。
Aw, crap.
最初は砂場のお城作りから始まって10回連続逆上がりとか運転2往復なんかもあって。
Okay, Sachi. You need to relax, girl.
最後は1回転できるまでのエンドレスブランコっていうプログラムなんだよ。
You gotta flip over the fucking bar? That sounds a little,
じゃあゆうくんが家に帰らないといけない時間まで昨日みたいに遊ぶなら。
I was thinking about this. Realistically, does Yuji have to go home? Like, they don't want him there, so he can kind of probably stay out as long as he wants. Then again, if he did come home late, his parents would probably be like, you're just a useless piece of shit for staying out all day. God, I hope he kills him. No. I mean, well, it's a little, things are a little hazy, but you know, we don't know what exactly happened. God damn it. Yeah, I'd be glad to.
じゃあ決まりだね。
It's okay, all our answers, instead of having vague shit about Yuji's past, all our answers will be settled in the next game, so I'm ready for that. At least I hope so. At least in terms of Yuji. I firmly wiped the tears from my eyes, then seized Yukun's hand and set off running for the seesaw. From that moment, the day sped past in a blur. Covered in sand, the two of us explored every inch of the park, playing and playing until well past the time we had to leave. Had, quote, quote. When I finally made my way home on that second night, I discovered a clear and pleasant change inside myself. For months, the droning sound of machines from the workshop had bothered me so much that falling asleep was always a struggle. But you know what? That day, I was snoring peacefully away the moment my head hit the pillow. Exhaustion from running all around all day definitely had something to do with it, but more than anything else, I think it was because I suddenly felt so happy. In the park, where I might never again play with my family, I'd stumbled across a nice boy my age. He was a sweet kid who said thank you at the drop of a hat, so things would definitely go well. We'd be best friends in no time. For some reason, I felt absolutely certain of that. Oh, why are you saying things? As it turned out, my hunch was on the money. After those first few meetings, Yukun and I started playing together in the park pretty much every day. At first, we headed home quietly when the sun began to set. But after a while, we naturally started to say see you tomorrow. And when one of us couldn't make it for whatever reason, we'd let the other know in advance. Until one fateful day. Oh God. No, don't do this. Stop it, game. Sorry my throat's like fucked up today, guys. I don't know what's up with it. Sachan, what are you doing over there?
何ってゴミを拾ってるんだよ。
But why? Yeah, but why?
だって次にこの場所で遊んだ時綺麗だった方が嬉しいでしょ。
Oh, it's the scene that Yuji remembered. Ugh. Wow, you're so thoughtful, Sachan. I mean, a lot of people might think the same thing, but that doesn't mean they'd clean up the mess themselves. I mean, look at this. Look at Scott. He doesn't go around cleaning up people's trashes when he goes to parks and shit. What do you mean? You can do it them damn self. And you did it without even thinking about it. You're kind of amazing. Oh, did I say something weird again? I'm really good at doing that.
久しぶりに褒められたからちょっとびっくりして。
The praise! Oh, God! You haven't?
昔はね、私が頑張ったらお父さんとお母さんが褒めてくれてたんだけど、今は仕事が忙しいみたいだから。
Okay, in that case, I guess I'll have to take over that job now. Oh, okay. Okay, I got you. It doesn't seem hard to find stuff to praise about you. I think even I can handle this one. That's why she loves the praise. Well, more so from Yuji specifically. That okay with you?
それはいいけど。
Okay, in that case, good job, Sachan. Give her the thumbs up. So I look up at the sky. With those words, Yukun brought his hand to rest on top of my head. It was far smaller than Mom's hand, and let alone Dad's, and yet, in that moment, his hand felt gentler and warmer than any other I'd ever known.
ありがとう、ゆうくん。
Oh God. Yukun didn't just play with me. He gave me the attention I'd been craving. When I did well or tried hard, he complimented me right away. When I messed up or tried something risky, he'd give me a few gentle words of concern. Apparently, that also had something to do with his big sister's teachings, but whatever the case, Yukun's thoughtful warnings made me almost as happy as his praise. Lately, I'd started to wonder why I was trying so hard when no one even cared enough to look. But now, Yukun was watching me. I had a new reason to do my best. Oh no, until he just leaves. Oh God. I always hate when it just does that, like, it crosses out with the exact date.
それじゃあ見ててね。行くよ。
And telling someone not to blink's actually pretty hard. Yeah, okay, be careful, okay? Oh, Jesus!
どう私ちゃんとできてたかな。
I don't know exactly what you did, but yeah, you spun all the way around perfectly.
ありがとう。
That's really amazing. Not that I'm much good at the horizontal bar or anything, but I've never done a forward flip even once.
そんなにすごくはないと思うけど、今日初めて成功したから最初はゆうくんに見てほしかったんだ。
Oh, really? Thanks, Sachan. Oh God, their relationship. What? Huh?
これはいつも私と遊んでくれているお礼だよ。
Oh, my heart is constantly being destroyed every second. Yeah, thanks. Oh, jeez. Oh. When I tried hard at something, Yukun would always praise me. Sometimes, overflowing with happiness, I'd give him a kiss on the cheek in return. And more than once, I drove myself so hard in pursuit of some new achievement that I ended up passing out on the playground. That was how much Yukun's words meant to me. He had stepped into the gap left by my parents' absence, giving me the attention and affection they no longer provided. As I grew more and more conscious of what he meant to me, my daily life was quickly transformed. I spent less and less time inside the house. When I got home from school, I'd head straight off to the playground. More than anything else, I looked forward to the time I could spend playing with Yukun. At home, the constant grinding of machines and the perpetual silence of our music box were still painful, but I found I could endure them now. Not to say that I didn't interact with my parents at all. Uh-oh.
サチは最近よく公園で遊んでるみたいね。
Yeah? Well, that's because she found someone who actually gives a shit now. It's just so salty.
ゆうくんってことお友達になれたから。そうよかったわね。
Yeah, I bet you're glad to hear that, so you don't have to deal with me.
お母さんもお仕事頑張ってね。
Well, when coincidence brought us together, we were able to hold a slightly awkward but reasonably friendly conversation. Even so, I had stopped actively trying to regain their attention. In contrast to the steadily shrinking place my parents held in my heart, Yukun's presence grew larger and larger by the day. I wish he'd hurry up and be tomorrow so I could play with Yukun again. Oh, but then he didn't show up one day, and it didn't take long for those feelings to blossom into a faint but unmistakable love. Oh, god damn it. You're gonna just rip my goddamn heart out, game. I already know.
ゆうくんは好きな人とかいるの？
Look at Yuji smiling. We never fucking see him smile. We barely even see him aside from CGs. Like I said before, I guess my sister? Well, hold on there.
そういう好きじゃなくて結婚したい人とか。
He's just like, my sister? Mary? I haven't even thought about that stuff yet. Sachan, are you thinking about it already?
私？
No, shut up! I'm not! Well, you brought it up, so I thought you were probably interested.
そっか。そうだよね。
Yeah? So, do you have someone you want to marry? Oh, God. No kidding. Okay, then I...
でもね、私と結婚するには条件があるの。
Alright. Qualified?
そう、靴飛ばしで私より靴が飛ばせる人。
Okay, that's bullshit. No one can beat you at anything. Shoe kicking? Also a weird thing to want to be beaten at.
こうやってブランコに座ったままでどこまで靴を遠くに飛ばせるかっていう勝負なんだけど。
Oh, but that's a pain in the ass, because then I gotta go get my shoe. I get it.
だからね、ちょっとだけゆうくんもやってみない？
You know, because, I mean, why not? It's be fun. Huh? Me?
ゆうくんが私より靴を飛ばせるかちょっとだけ試してみるの。
Sounds kind of fun, I guess. Sure, I'll play.
じゃあまずは私からね。
Oh, you about to get wrecked, Sachi. Confident, huh? Well, it does seem like something you'd be good at, Sachan. Ooh. So oh my god. Wow. That went pretty far.
じゃあ次はゆうくんの番だよ。
She is secretly hoping he wins. Yeah, I'm not that confident, but... Yeah! Oh? Did I win? Guess I can't beat you after all, Sachan. No marriage for you. Oh? I purposely went a little easy on my kick, but I still ended up beating Yukun. Every once in a while, being naturally athletic can be a curse instead of a blessing. I spent that night curled up in my bed, bitterly regretting coming up with that stupid qualification in the first place. There must have been a better way to hide my embarrassment than that. And so, time slipped by steadily, my feelings unspoken. But as my next birthday grew near, my relationship with Yukun started to change in a different way. Oh god. I don't like whenever it says things and then I have to go back and go into the things.
それでね、その時はお父さんがお母さんのことを怒らせちゃって。
Uh-oh, trouble in paradise.
で、ゆうくん？
Oh, sorry, I was kind of spacing out.
もう、ゆうくんが私の家のこと聞きたいって言うから一生懸命お話ししたのに。
Yeah, you're right. Sorry. Aww. Yukun had always listened intently to my stories. This was the first time I could remember his attention wandering in the middle of a conversation. But my unease was relieved quickly enough. He apologized and listened to the rest of my story. I figured he must have had something on his mind that day. And yet... Oh? Sachan? Do you think there's a god? That's a heavy question. you know, one who knows everything and can do anything. If there's a God that's that strong watching over us, even if things look really bad, it'll turn out in the end, okay in the end, right?
そうだね。私は神様を見たことがないから絶対にいるとは言えないけど。
Of course, little Yuji during his fucking life right now would ask that question.
でも神頼みって言葉もあるくらいだし、神様はとっても強いんじゃないかな。
Yeah, that's gotta be right. God's gotta be really powerful.
多分。
That's what I thought too. Thanks, Sachan. Aw, Yuji, come here. I'll give you a hug. Sometimes he'd suddenly talk about God or other weird stuff. More often, he'd sit rocking on a swing, staring off into the distance with a blank look on his face. It was the old familiar expression the first time I met him. The expression he'd stopped making after we became friends. I had a vague idea that something must have happened at Yukun's home. But I was still just a kid, powerless to offer any real help. When Yukun asked me those questions, clearly searching for reassurance, all I could do was listen, nod, and try to hide my concern. At the same time, the blizzard of work that had buried my parents for so long was finally starting to slow down a bit. Oh, thank God. The machines weren't clattering quite as late into the night as they used to. Once or twice, I went home early to find my parents making small talk with strangers in suits. I don't like strangers in suits. Like most kids, I did get pretty curious about what the adults were talking about, but when I eavesdropped, I'll burp. All I got was a whole bunch of words I didn't really understand flying back and forth. I got the idea they were talking about the machines in the workshop, but the specifics went right over my head. They're probably buying replacements for old machines while it's not so busy. But only a few days after I reached that conclusion, our housekeeper told me she'd be leaving the job. Apparently, Mom told her she'd be able to handle the chores by herself again. Oh! It was nice that my parents were getting less busy, but and that Mom would be looking after the house again, but at the time, my mind was so full of anxious thoughts of Yukun that I couldn't manage to feel happy about anything else. Lately, he'd been showing up at the playground a lot less frequently. Oh no. Oh God, please. It's gonna get all super dark and scary and I don't want it. Oh, the music.
ねえねえゆうくん、次は何して遊ぶ？
Oh, the music. Oh boy. Sorry, I got something I have to do today. I have to head home now.
そっか。じゃあまた明日だね。
Sachi, follow him home. Figure out what's going on. I need story. I don't think I can come tomorrow. Aww. But I'll play with you the day after that, okay?
わかった。じゃあまた明後日だね。
It's a promise? Promise? No! Don't say promise! We didn't say promise, but... Yeah, sure. Bye, Sachan. Oh. Our meetings slowly grew fewer and further between. The loneliness reminded me of the painful days when my parents had first begun ignoring me in favor of their job. Watching helplessly as Yukun trudged away, my mind churned with sadness and fear. At this rate, Yukun's going to leave me too. I couldn't let that happen again. I couldn't let another person I love abandon me. This time I had to stop it somehow. What? What are you gonna do? The next time I saw Yukun, I decided to use my birthday as an excuse to coax him into spending more time with me. Oh, God damn it. Like how they still, like, no matter what, it's always a different time.
あのね、明日は私の誕生日なんだ。
And he doesn't show up for her birthday. Ooh, oh, really?
だから明日は私と一緒に遊んでくれる？
Ooh, I'm gonna have some bad news, I'm sure. Oh, God. Actually, I probably won't be able to play with you for a while, Sachan. Oh. A bunch of stuff happened at home. I think it's gonna be hard for me to get outside from now on.
そんな急にどうして？
Turns out, there isn't any such thing as God. Oh!
神様？
Yeah. Nobody's gonna protect me anymore. I probably won't get to be able to play in a park like this again.
そんな。
I'm sorry. I know I should have told you sooner, but Sachan, you always looked forward to playing with me. I didn't want to make you sad.
ゆうくん。
But vanishing suddenly without telling you would be even worse. So today, I came to say goodbye.
じゃあ、ゆうくんとはもう会えないの？
I don't know for sure, but it's definitely possible.
そんな。
Can we just take a guess on what happened? What is timeline-wise looking like? And I snuck out of the house today, so I had to get back before Dad notices. Okay, Yuji, can you tell us exactly what's going on?
ねえ、明日は私の誕生日なんだよ。
I'm sorry I can't celebrate it with you, Sachan. Damn. Okay, I'm gonna go now. Oh.
待って、ゆうくん。どうしてもう一緒に遊べないの？私そんなのやだよ。せっかく仲良くなれて、これからもっともっとゆうくんと遊べると思ったのに。それなのに突然お別れしなきゃいけないなんて。私明日も待ってるから、ゆうくんが来てくれるまで絶対いつもの場所で待ってるから。
There it is. I was waiting for the line to come up. Oh, God. As Yukun slowly walked away for the very last time, I yelled at the top of my lungs, more loudly and more desperately than I ever had in my entire life. But he never paused. He never turned back. Yukun's leaving me. Maybe I was right. Maybe everyone I love abandons me. Paralyzed by miserable self-pity, I couldn't even chase after him. For a long time after that abrupt farewell, I could only stand stock still at the entrance to the park, wallowing in confusion and pain. And now I'm sad, and on the morning of my 10th birthday. Oh, rubbing my red, swollen eyes as I crawled out of bed, I immediately realized that something was different. For one thing, I couldn't hear the droning of the machines that had been running from the early morning hours for months now. And for another, the smell of fresh miso soup was wafting through the air from the kitchen. Could that be Mom cooking? What about work? Still half asleep and completely nonplussed, I wandered over to the living room, where an unexpected sight was waiting for me. Oh!
Ohayo, Sachi.
Dad! What the fuck?
おはよう。
Mom! What's happening? Mom and Dad were sitting next to each other on the far side of the table, almost as if they'd been waiting for me to wake up. After greeting me, they waited for gentle smiles for my... with gentle smiles for my answer. It almost felt like I was reliving a memory from the days before they'd become so busy. The sheer surprise was such that it took me a moment to find a response.
おはよう。
Yeah, just go with the classic good morning. We gotta still be cautious.
どうしたサチ？そんなに目を丸くして。
Well, how would you be if you haven't had time with your parents for months and then, all of a sudden they're not working anymore?
だって今日は機械の音がしないし、それにお父さんとお母さんがこの時間に家にいるなんて。
そうだな。自分たちのしてきたことを考えれば、サチが驚くのも無理はないか。
I'm just curious about what those guys in the suits were saying.
今までが今まででしたからね。
The two of them smiled sadly at each other, then turned right back to me.
あのね、サチ。今日はサチの誕生日だから、お仕事はお休みにしたの。
Oof. And this is the day she promised to wait for him. Oh, God.
今まで寂しい思いをさせてしまった分の汚名を返上させてもらおうと思ってな。 夜になってケーキを食べながら誕生日をお祝いするまで今日はサチと一緒に遊ぼうと決めた。
Well, I mean, at least they took the day off, right? And they didn't like completely forget about their daughter or her birthday. But there's another problem. The words coming out of their mouths were exactly what I'd been longing desperately to hear for so many months. It felt so much like a dream I very nearly pinched myself. Mom and Dad would be at my side again like they used to be. Just like when every day was full of happiness, we could play together as a family once more. That was what I'd wanted all along. Even while I was playing with Yukun, I daydreamed countless times about this very moment. And now it was real. My parents were giving me the gentle, caring words I'd so longed to hear. My heart should be bursting with joy. And yet, what I felt instead was dark, intense anger. As though a hidden flame, long smoldering in some hidden cranny of my mind, had found the oxygen it needed to burst into a blazing wildfire. Oh God. And this is when no matter how hard I tried, they completely ignored me. Why now all of a sudden? Do they seriously think taking one day off work is going to make me forget how sad I've been all this time? Good luck with that. Yukun took their place, but even now he's gone. So why? Why now? Why do they think that they can just... Cold black bitterness spreading through my body. I lifted my head to give my parents their answer. Oh, Sachi, Sachi, calm down.
いいよ。
Oh. You hear that?
別に遊んでくれなくてもいい。
Okay, Sachi is letting the rage control her. This is not how you let the rage control you, Sachi. You need to harness your rage. You need to control the rage, like I do. Look.
私は一人でも平気だし。
Damn. Just. Ooh.
お父さんとお母さんが大好きなお仕事を休んでもらってまで一緒にいてもらおうなんて思わない。だからそんなに私の誕生日がお祝いしたいなら二人だけでやればいいんだよ。
Damn, Sachi. Oh, and she ran, huh? The instant those sulky words left my mouth, I bolted out of the living room.
サチ
Oh boy.
待って、サチ。
Oh boy. Something bad's about to happen. They called out to me from behind, but I just kept running. Out the door, away from our house. Not that I was headed anywhere in particular. Anywhere would be fine as long as Mom and Dad weren't there. I didn't want to see their faces. I didn't want to hear their voices. Sachi, I feel like I get where you're coming from, Sachi, but I feel like this isn't how we should handle this. I ran as fast as my legs could carry me, my hands clenched tightly into fists, biting my lower lip until a sickening taste of iron filled my mouth. Oh my God, Sachi. As I fled, the only thing in my mind was anger at my parents. Looking back on it now, it wasn't much more than an irrational outburst of pent-up emotion. But still, rather than feeling happy at their promise to celebrate my birthday together, I was outraged at my parents for wrapping up all the sadness and pain I'd felt for so long into those bland words about feeling lonely. And in the end, my blind, aimless flight carried me to that familiar playground. I had consciously thought about making my way here. Hadn't, rather. If anything, I was intentionally trying to stay away from the area so close to home. At this point, I definitely passed a hospital much further away than this place. Even so, some unconscious part of my mind had guided me to this destination. Oh. The impact of the previous day's events must have been just that strong. I couldn't simply accept that unbelievably abrupt goodbye. As Yukun left, I had screamed that I'd be waiting for him today. If I forced a one-sided promise on him, maybe he'd slip out of his house to see me. That selfish, childish hope was still alive inside me.
今何時だろう。
Wiping the sweat from my forehead, I looked up to the tall clock tower nearby. It was a little past 10 in the morning. Yukun always came to the playground about 1:30 on weekends, but I decided I might as well start waiting now. That way, I'd be here even if Yukun came early, and if Mom and Dad showed up, I could always just run away again.
そうだよね。
Trying to disguise the pain and anxiety growing inside me, I forced myself to believe in this spur-of-the-moment plan. Oh. I walked over to the swing set where the two of us had always sat side by side and settled into my seat. The day before, I told Yukun I would wait for him in this park, but it wasn't like he promised to come play with me. He hadn't even responded to my words. There was no guarantee Yukun would come to this park. Still, I had absolute faith that he'd show up eventually, and I was pretty confident I could wait patiently until then. But as the clock's hour hand made its way past the 5, and my vigil approached its 8th hour, even that childish confidence began to waver. Nope, it's too...
やっぱりダメなのかな。ゆうくんとは昨日でお別れしなきゃいけなかったのかな。
The playground that had always felt too small for us suddenly seemed an unbelievably large and empty place. Yukun had told me clearly enough that he couldn't play with me anymore, that even getting outside would be difficult from now on. Could he even make it to the park if he wanted to? Having regained the ability to think rationally with the passage of time, my mind ruthlessly chipped away at my unfounded confidence. And finally, I arrived at the realization that I'd backed myself into a miserable corner. You should have just taken the time for today, Sachi. Once that timid thought passed through my mind, it was only a matter of time. The painful emotions I'd been covering up with my anger came bubbling back up to the surface. I was really mean to Mom and Dad again. They were gonna play with me, and I ruined everything. This isn't any different from last year. Even if I go home tonight, my birthday's just gonna be Mom and Dad yelling at me. I don't know. With each thought, the anxiety and regret swelled up uncontrollably inside me. Before I knew it, fat tears were running down my cheeks.
お父さん、お母さん。
Aww.
サチ。
When I squeezed my eyes closed to shut out the world, I saw my parents in my mind's eye, their faces gentle and kind. No matter how lonely they'd made me, and no matter how much I tried to hate them for it, in the end, I still loved them both very much.
Sachi!
Oh! And in the moment I finally understood, I thought I could hear those same familiar voices. Not in my memories, but somewhere nearby. Oh! Oh, they were looking.
Sachi!
Aww. I raised my head with a jerk, indifferent now to the tears that continued to pour from my eyes. Outside the park, just on the other side of the road, I saw my mom and dad. Oh god, I feel like I know where this is coming. Even from a distance, I could tell they were covered in sweat. They had been desperately searching for me. Mom and Dad are still Mom and Dad after all. The people I love most in the whole world. I should have known that all along. Why couldn't I have accepted them from the start? No, there was no longer any point in even thinking about it. I was wrong. Now all I had to do was apologize. All I had to do was jump into their arms and yell, "I'm sorry for being selfish." Oh.
お父さん、お母
You're about to do it, game. I already know. You're about to fucking do it.
Sachi!
Oh boy. Once the two of them noticed my presence, their expressions instantly melted with relief. I dashed out of the park, overwhelmed by happiness. Here it comes. And I heard a sudden roar of displaced air, like the sound of a fierce wind. Here comes the goddamn vehicle! In the next instant, the world before me was filled with a colossal jet black blur. Yep, I fucking knew that was coming. I heard, oh Jesus. I heard the sound of something colliding with something else, and then screeching to a halt nearby. I had reflexively squeezed my eyes shut. When I timidly opened them, I was greeted with the unimaginable. Oh no, don't. Oh, why are you showing me? Why are you showing me a CG? Mom and Dad were stretched out flat on the road surface, almost as if sleeping face down. Oh, that's fucked up. Dad didn't even stir. A machine with a dead battery. Mom twitched convulsively again and again. Her broken toy. Good lord, that dude was flying through the street. He didn't even The blood pooling under the bodies crept slowly across the orange-tinted asphalt, dyeing the road a dusky red. Dude, that's... Those agonized groans, so totally unlike any other sound I've ever heard my mother make, filled me with terror, too pure and primal to express in words. My ears had begun to ring, as if to drown out the unpleasant sound of the truck's engine idling nearby with every moment that passed. My breaths came faster and faster. I couldn't fully grasp what had just happened before my eyes, but instinctively I understood that it was something so awful as to wipe everything that had come before it into complete irrelevance. So, her dad just instantly died from this, and oh, what do I do? What do I do? Right, I gotta call for help. And fuck this person in this car. Kill him at times like these. Call 911 first. My mind was still capable of thinking about what I should do next. And yet my body was frozen on the spot, as if physically rejecting the incomprehensible situation before me.
Sachi.
Oh no. At the sound of my name, I turned my eyes back to the ground. My mother was dragging herself slowly across the road toward me, desperately trying to communicate something. As the PTSD trigger words coming, the sight instantly reduced me into a panicked frenzy. All I could do now was shriek her name. Lifting her trembling upper body ever so slightly off the ground, she slowly raised her face and then... Well, hello?
Sachi.
Yep, there it is. There it is. And then she spoke those words. And in that instant, I thought I could hear something snap inside me. Oh, as my body began to quiver uncontrollably, the world was covered in a black shroud. Oh, God. The split second after the buzzing drone inside my head finally went silent, I lost consciousness entirely. And, well, apparently a local passerby quickly reported the incident, and it wasn't long before the ambulances carried us away. Not that I remember any of that. When I opened my eyes for the next time, a full day had passed, and I was lying in a colorless hospital room. No, like, oh my God. Okay, so as soon as it said that they were on the other side of the road from the park, I fucking knew instantly that a car was gonna come. I was like, oh boy, here it comes. Because this game just wants to fuck you every chance it gets. And then they finally reunite, sort of, and of course the parents are running across the street, not paying attention where the fuck they're going. And then this fucking dude speeds across the goddamn street like a bat out of hell for some fucking reason. Instantly kills the dad, it seems like. And then probably be smashed up against the oh my God, it was... Oh, I'm like... You know, when you're thinking about what's gonna happen next, I always am like, I hope what I'm thinking doesn't actually happen. That happens all the time for me, but then it happens, and then I get really depressed, because I'm like, I didn't want this to happen. Though she did speak as if they were past tense, so We knew something like this was inevitable.